Hey, what is up, guys? Today I wanted to make a video for the newer slash returning player who's coming back to Destiny 2. Maybe you took a long break, maybe you've never played the game before. I want to talk to you about weapon crafting, what it is, what it means, and kind of give you an overview of what guns are worth your time going after, and a very brief description on how to get them. I'm not going to go too in detail, but I just want to show you how that worked. So, if you have the Witch Queen campaign, what the game is going to do is it's going to take you to this lovely place. It's called the Enclave. So when you look at your map, the destinations over here, Savathun's Throne World, it's going to be on the left, called the Enclave. This is where I am currently, okay? What it's going to do is it's going to have you go down these steps, and you're going to create your first weapon, which, according to the quest, is a glaive. It is a like spear-like weapon, but essentially you can come here and you can build guns that you want to use in the game. Versus before, you had to rely solely on the gun to drop, and the perks that were on them were kind of random, where you'd have to pray that the slot machine of the game would give you the gun that you want. Now they still have that, but they also have specific weapons that you're able to go and craft and have whatever perk you want on them. So essentially, you come here, click a gun, and you'll pick a masterwork for it once you level it up a little bit. But you pick the gun, you can pick like a barrel, a magazine, and then your two perks, and then you can create it over here. And essentially that gun will start off as a level 1 gun. And then by playing the game and getting kills with it, that gun will level up to where you can have your little level thing over here. Like this is level 31 Austringer hand cannon. You can see the kills that I have on it, the date that I made it. So eventually you can change the perks that are on it. And the further you level it up, the more perks unlock. Eventually you can get what's called enhanced perks. It's what you'll see kind of here in this yellow shading on the perk. It's just a little bit of a benefit on top of the normal perks. So what this does is this lets a returning player come back to the game and say exactly what they want. Let's say you're a PvP player. You can say, okay, what are the best craftable guns that are like available as a PvP player for me to go get right now? And then you can just focus all your time on that versus having to go grind an activity you don't want to do in the hopes that you get a gun that you want and then you finally get it. And like the gun has a reload masterwork, but you wanted range or stability or whatever. You don't have to do none of that. Essentially, you do whatever the activity is. You'll get these guns to drop. Eventually, they'll have like a red border around them. When you have the red borders, if you get enough of them, it unlocks your ability to come here and make them. So it's a really simplified guide. There's a lot more to it than that. I suggest you pull up a weapon crafting video. I know that Dado made a really good video on that. If you don't know who that is Dado. Dado Does Destiny. Just type in Dado Destiny 2, he'll pop right up. Huge following. But he made a really good video. There's many others, just the one that's coming to mind. But you're a returning player. Let's say you just want to get some good PvE guns. Okay? Well, right now there's a quest off to the left over here that'll start you on the path of getting 2 of the best PvE guns in the game. And let me show you what those are. The first one is the Amit AR2. This is a solar auto rifle in the energy slot. Okay. It gives you a perk called Incandescent, which essentially you're shooting enemies and eventually they'll explode into like a ball of fire. And that explosion will get to the enemies around it. So there's that. There's other perks on there as well, but that's just the one that I made. And then there's the Taipan 4FR linear heavy weapon. Essentially, you can get triple tap and firing line on this gun, which allows you to do incredibly high damage to bosses in raids, nightfalls, strikes, dungeons, whatever. This is kind of like the bread and butter of the game right now. It's extremely easy to get. You can get both of these guns built in maybe an hour total, like both of them. So that's those two. Now, I have plenty of other guns here, and I'll briefly go over like how to get them, but I just want to say, like, you know, use whatever you want. Don't let me influence what it is that you like, but these are just examples. So for PvP, there's the Austringer. Okay, this is one of the best hand cannons in the game. You can get this, and there's a few other guns that I'll show you here in a moment, by going to the moon. You go over here to where it says the containment activity, and essentially you'll either run containments and like get keys to unlock the chests that are around the area, or you just run around and like open up the chests for it. It's hard to explain without like physically showing you, but I've already done it. If you want the All-Stringer hand cannon, just look up how do I get the All-Stringer hand cannon. The point that I'm trying to make here is this is a top tier, take it into anything PvP gun that you can go and craft. You don't have to worry about RNG. All you have to worry about is the RNG of getting those red border guns. Okay. The same goes for the beloved sniper rifle and the Callus mini tool. This sniper is good for PvP, and this Callus mini tool is a good PvE SMG. This has that same perk, the incandescent perk, where you can kind of blow people up like a fireball. This sniper is just really, really good. It's a classic Destiny 2 sniper rifle. Those three guns come from that same activity, okay? Next, I'm going to talk about the Wastelander. This is a kinetic shotgun that you can get and craft with both slide shot and opening shot, or you can get perpetual motion opening shot. You can get this from doing the Dares of Eternity. So essentially, you come here, you play this activity a whole bunch, eventually red borders will drop. You can turn in the currency from here over to Xur's treasure hoard. There's like a little chest there in the hopes that these red border weapons drop. Okay? So you can get this pulse rifle, or sorry, not this pulse rifle, this shotgun, and this BXR 55 Battler from there as well. This is essentially the battle rifle from Halo 2. This Syncopation 53, this is a pulse rifle that is a world drop. There's not a specific way that, well, there is a specific way you can farm it. If you go to the helm right now, I'll actually travel there while we're talking about this. You can turn in what's called a, shoot, I can't remember the name. They're like unfocused engrams, okay? You get them and you turn it into a specific area of the helm, and you can get these to drop. For me, like, yes, you can build this for PvP. You can get Hipfire Rangefinder, you can get Hipfire and Frenzy. There's a bunch of good options. For me, this is a PvE pulse rifle for just like daily driver, general pulse rifle use things. And you only need 2 red borders, I think, 2 or 3 in order to craft it. The Peace of Mind pulse rifle, I'll show you where you get this from the helm as well. This is a good PvP. This is like one of the best PvP pulse rifles. You got a bunch of kills on it. I love this thing. So when you get to the helm, you'll come over here. And if you want the syncopation, what you do is you come to the second page, and all of these you can use to focus. So you need an umbral engram, that's what they're called. So if I right click, it shows you what you can get. So you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting the syncopation to drop. And then there's a chance it's a red border syncopation as well. Okay, but you can focus like a whole bunch of guns here. I do want to make an honorable mention to the Ragnhild D shotgun. You can craft this one as well. You can get a combination of elemental capacitor and I think surplus, or not surplus, perpetual motion, where it's a good PvP kinetic shotgun that hits really hard, but it shoots really slow. But I just personally think that this is the better gun. And lastly, I want to talk about the Sweet Sorrow auto rifle. So this one's from a few seasons back. I personally love this thing. To me, this is like an SMG again. This is a PvP auto rifle in the energy slot. What you'll do is in the helm, you come over here, and you'll have to interact with the activities from that season. I think this is like 3 seasons ago. But if you come to the second page, you can focus them here. Now you'll have to kind of get the currency from doing this upgrade table, but you can get different guns from here. So you get the pulse rifle from here, you get the Sweet Sorrow from here. The sniper rifle is pretty good for PvE. The point I'm trying to make to you guys, I know I'm kind of like rambling here, is there's a lot of guns in this game that you can go and get today that let you get back in the game quickly, and you don't have to worry about RNG. The only thing you have to do is once you get the red borders and you craft the gun, it's just a matter of time before you make it the way you want. And I really like that about weapon crafting, and I'm glad that Bungie introduced that. So hopefully this video helped a few people. You know, if there's any guns down there that I left out, I'm sorry. I tried to just make it real brief. But Without Remorse is also in the same spot as the as these guys. Sorry if I didn't touch on that. It's a really good shotgun as well. But there's plenty of options. So if you're interested, just look up how to craft whatever one of these guns, and there'll be a more detailed video that shows up. I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. Hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Peace.